Hey, what's going on, pilots? Thank you for joining me on another Gundam kit review. In this review, we are reviewing the high-grade Ghost Jegan F. Um, this kit was made in 2016 in response to the Build Fighters anime. However, this is a P Bandai kit, so this is going to be a little bit more of an in-depth review because if you're looking to find this kit, you're probably going to be paying more than MSRP. So let's kind of just get right down into it. Uh, the cleanup for this kit wasn't bad. I hit it basically the usual way that I do with most of my kits. I used a hobby knife on most of the nub marks after kind of doing a rough cut and then a smaller gate cut. And then after that, I hit it with 1,000 to 1,500 grit to kind of bring it back down to where it needs to be. However, there are definitely a decent amount of seam lines on the kit, so I hit that pretty much with a 1,000 or 600 to 1,000 grit, and then kind of brought it back to where it needs to be. Um, for the assembly of the kit, everything kind of went together pretty snugly. There really weren't any loose joints or any real issues there. I really didn't think there were a whole lot of problems with the actual snap build. I will say you definitely need to cut the pegs though, and make sure that things aren't going together too tightly. I almost had an issue with being able to back out the visor, which would have been a pain in the ass if and when I go to repaint this kit. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the cleanup and assembly portion. So please stay tuned. We'll go right into the color separation, articulation, and all the things that are down to the nitty gritty of the kit itself. Okay, and we're back. So the articulation of the kit is kind of my low point for the kit. The arms themselves and the shoulders and everything and the way it works in conjunction, where you can kind of pivot the shoulder pauldrons and stuff by itself. And the actual arm raising and lowering isn't that bad. As a matter of fact, I actually think is probably pretty adequate. Um, if not average, slightly above average. So there is that. The joints are a little, I'm not going to say stiff because it's kind of the wrong term, but definitely need to be careful with them. And they are sturdy, I guess is what I want to say. So make sure you're aware of all the points there. Um, yeah, the arms are really no issue. As you can see, I can kind of get a pretty dynamic pose out of the arms and shoulder areas. Um, they move kind of forward and back, but they do raise and lower in the chest and on the actual shoulder socket if you organize it correctly or move it correctly. The head has a lot of pretty good articulation with the neck joint and the head itself. Oh, sorry about that. Everything moves pretty smoothly. But here's where I start to have issues, are with the legs of the kit. So if you look underneath here, there's no real pivoting of the leg. So you're basically getting what small rotation you can get about this ball joint, which that's about it. Maybe some pivoting of the waist part, and then that's pretty much it. And then you have straight and backwards. This doesn't even rotate down here. The feet kind of rotate, but not too well in here. Um, so yeah, it's not the best leg articulation I've seen. You'll get full range of front and back motion, but in terms of side to side and rotating, you don't get a whole lot, which basically limits your posability extremely. Um, which is why I kind of had to nix the idea that it's going to be a sniper team because it's going to look really bad in the kneeling position, um, and in the prone. So like even in the prone, this is pretty much the best I can do with it is basically kick back these feet like that, kick it like that, then there you go. That's pretty much the best I can do with it. Probably will raise torso a little bit and the arms to kind of make it rest a little bit and then pivot the head up so it looks like it's looking down. But like that kind of works a little bit, but I don't feel like it's what I want it to be. but I'm still not quite sure yet because I don't really know that there's going to be a whole lot of kits I'm going to be able to get a better position with. I would just like to be able to kick out the legs a bit more so they're more like that, like resting like that as opposed to being straight on like this. But this could work. I'm not like 100% opposed to doing it this way. Um, but that's why I really don't like the legs on this kit. It's also really, like I said, it's really hard to get a good pose off because you only are working with, a side to side like that, and then some turning of the waist area, but that doesn't really help too much. So that's what I'm kind of rocking right now in terms of the articulation. In the backpack, these things rotate or move back and forth a bit, but I'm probably going to wind up taking these off and using them as pick points for other weapons or other attachments or something else for the kit to kind of make it a little more utilitarian. Um, the shield works like a standard shield where it has the peg system where it goes into the arm, and then you can either have the shield here, which is where it is now, or on that. That's it. The waist parts raise pretty well, so they don't really get in the way of the legs. It's really the ball joints right here and the fact that these don't rotate at all that really limit this kit. So all in all, because of the legs, I'm honestly giving it a 4 out of 10 for articulation, and it's literally because of that. The rest of the parts, if the legs weren't the way they were, I probably give it around a 5 or 6 because the arms are pretty good. I actually say the arms are probably about average to above average in terms of articulation when you're considering the shoulder joints and the way that all moves around. The head is also above average, I think, slightly, not by a whole ton. And the torso is really the only thing that leaves a bit to be desired, I think. But it does kind of float a bit, which allows you to kind of rotate the torso a little bit, which is nice. But it's not really that's probably about average to below average. So I'm going to say this is about 4 out of 10 strictly because of the leg articulation. For color separation, I don't really have any color correcting stickers that would affect this kit immensely. It mostly has to do with the visor that actually comes for the kit around here. But again, I'm not using that right now, so it's really nothing. The color separation is what it is. It's pretty good. You have your nice grays and separation that way. But that's pretty much all this kit is really dark grays, light grays, and mid-tone grays. But that's what I wanted this kit for. For the gimmicks, you have a wide arrangement of weapons. So I'm going to say a wide arsenal of weaponry. So actually, hold on, and I'll be right back with all the weapons that come with the kit. Okay, and we're back. So as you can see with the gimmicks, you have your normal beam rifle, your shield that has the missile pods, and then you get a rocket launcher with the kit, and then 2 heat knives. There is a beam saber itself in this side, but you do not get a like actual beam for the saber itself, so you'll have to use some of your leftover ones. I'm sure you'll have them. But in terms of parts that actually come for the kit, you have these shoulders here, and then these shoulders for the other side. And then you have your unique visor here for the Ghost Jegan F. There we go. You can kind of see all the details in there. There are color correcting stickers for the dots on the side, and then the center part here. But yeah, that's pretty much all the unique things that come for this kit. You'll get a lot of extra parts for it, which is really nice. If you're able to get your hands on the K9 expansion from the Build Fighters series, you're able to pair that with this kit as well. What else is there? So that's really it. In terms of gimmicks for this kit, there's not really anything extraordinary, but it's really cool that you can pair it with the K9 expansion from Build Fighters to kind of change up the look a bit and make it stand out a little bit more. Now, for the decals and stickers here, this is what you get with the kit. As per usual, you're not really going to find any high grade or any specific decals for this kit, whether they be water slides or from a third party manufacturer. So what you're gonna probably wind up doing is just using your generic 144 scale water slides, whether they be caution decals or your own custom decals that you find online through a vendor, through possibly Gundam Shoppers Network. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with that. So in terms of showing off the kit, that's all I really have. So let's get back to the future plans and ideas for this kit. So if you guys will bear with me, I'll be right back. Okay, pilots, and we're back. So in terms of plans or things I'm going to do with the kit in the future, for the color scheme, I'm basically keeping it the same. I'm just going to probably repaint it so it looks a little smoother, hit it with a matte top coat, and it'll probably be good to go. For customization plans, I want to take the visor on the kit as well as some of the other aspects of the kit and just lay down some PLA plate, some custom scribe work, throw on the visors and such. I want to actually put some of my own third-party custom parts on there to almost make it look like its own visor. But I use the Ghost Jegan visor on this kit because that's the only one that comes out with the flip up and flip down type of parts, because the actual visor comes with this Ghost Jegan only has one that comes in the up position, which is one of my pet peeves of the kit. I don't know why they wouldn't include one that also flips down over it. You kind of already have a way to do that, so I don't know why you're not doing that. But that's what I'm going to customize it so that way I can either have it where they're at the ready or down and engaged. But I don't know what weapon and what I'm going to actually be doing with this one in particular now. I have some ideas because of the fact that I don't feel like it articulates that well to be a sniper paired with the GM Sniper 2. I'm probably going to have it fall in on the Conroy Use Jegan team, which is a team that's going to be headed by the Conroy Use Jegan and then be supported by some of the other like spec ops suits that are just not going to be leading that team. I'll probably make it like a more operator centric group where they're kind of more like Splinter Cell like, where they use lighter weaponry, pistols, maybe some melee weapons or two, like heat knives or what have you. But I want to use a different heat knife than the one that came with this kit. I don't think they look that great. Um, so that's kind of what I'm doing or what I have planned right now. But for the weapon that I'm going to give it, I'm either going to customize the heck out of this beam rifle that came with the kit, or I'm going to just use a 30-minute mission, maybe a Kotobuki, a pistol, something along those lines, to kind of just change it up, make it look a little more unique. But I don't really have any ideas now that I'm not going to be using a sniper for it, so we'll see. But it'll still fall in the stealth team. They'll still do some operator type of stuff, but now I'm more focused on getting the GM Sniper K9 kit when it comes out, not the expansion. It's basically a custom GM Sniper 2 from Build Fighters that I think will look really good with this team. And it's going to be reprinted soon, so I'm probably going to wind up grabbing that and having it paired with that. Or I'm probably going to make a Jesta and customize it so it'll be a sniper, which I don't mind. I like the Jesta anyway. I like the high grade, and the high grade has the articulation I think I'm looking for. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And worst case scenario, I build some of these other kits behind me, and I decide that one of those work. One of the candidates I did look at was the Easy 8. I think that'd be actually kind of cool to kind of dress it up like a sniper, but we'll see. And worst case scenario, I get the GM or the GM Sniper K9, and I take a Jesta and customize it, and I have a sniper team of 3, which is fine. I think that'd be sick anyway. So that's all I have for the Ghost Jegan F. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys liked the ideas and some of the things I have planned for this kit. But most of all, if you guys are looking to get this kit, you can go to Gundam Shoppers Network and utilize them in order to find some of these kits. I know the Horde, in particular, always has a lot of P Bandai kits up on their site, and there's a couple others too that they showcase on their website. So, without further ado, make sure you guys grab your hobby gear, and as always, sortie out and hobby on. Hey, what's going on, pilots? If you like the kit in this video, then I highly recommend stopping and seeing our friends at the Gundam Shoppers Network. On that website, you can find multiple Gunpla kits in various grades. You can also find things like Gundam option sets and decals for your custom builds. You can even find hobby tools and other hobby items that will help you build your Gundam kits as fast and as clean as possible. Gundam Shoppers Network also has a very extensive community section. In this community section, you can find things like Gunpla building resources, Gunpla model kit reviews, and recommended US and international retailers. Now, this is one of the most important sections I think that they have to offer, because if they don't have the kit available in their stores, they will still make sure that you have all the resources available to you to make sure that that kit gets into your hands, even if it's from another vendor. The Gundam Shoppers Network also has a news section that features things coming to the site in the future, various discount coupon codes, and they also have some interviews that they conduct with content creators such as Plamo Therapist. So if any of those kits, tips and tricks, and resources interest you, then I'd highly recommend checking them out. And as always, pilots, sortie out and hobby on, and I'll see you in the next video.